Come to another CXC Anonymous. Yes, the name has changed from CSEC CXC, Geography Made Simple, to CSEC Anonymous. All right, so today we're looking at geography. We're looking at geography SBA field trip exercise, and we are looking at soil conservation and agriculture. All right. Okay, so the topic is agriculture, and the title is an investigation. The topic is an investigation into soil conservation techniques used by small farmers located in the parish of St. Catherine, Gutters, Jamaica. All right. Okay. So in this presentation, I will share with you myself in the midst of some Gabion basket being built and actually being placed at the side of a river, right? And I'll also be sharing with you a farmer experience as to the method in which he uses as means of soil conservation, right? Now, this SBA task is expected to be a field task in which I have outlaid uh, uh, three specific aims, right? The first aim is to actually explain what is meant by soil conservation. Two, how soil conservation impacts agriculture, and you could say, and the environment too, right? And three, describe measures used to manage soil conservation within the research area. Okay, so we are in St. Catherine, and we are looking at the farmer's property first, right? I actually did a combination of both, but I changed my mind and I separated them. So we're looking at agriculture first, right? All right. So here we're looking at the farm. Let's call this farmer's name John. Now he says that in order to conserve the soil and to ensure that he has crop all year round, he actually practice what you call crop rotation. So seasonally he would grow cabbage, lettuce, callo, okra, tomato, and sorrel, right? Presently he is actually cultivating callaloo, right? As you can see, the callaloo they are sowed in, or should I say, they are planted, they are arranged in rows, right? And these rows, they have like a little mound, right? So the callaloo seedlings are planted on this high mound, right? And you will see later where in which the irrigation hose is actually run on this mound. Now you might ask, why is it that the farmer never plant the crop on a flat area? Now this is a method of soil conservation. One, whenever the field is being watered, even when rain is fall, right, a space is given for the water to actually run off, right? It's like a mixture between, well, I wouldn't say it's contour plowing because it's not on a slope. I wouldn't say it is terracing because it's not on a slope. But they are planted in rows for a specific reason. It allows for runoff, right? So whenever excess water is actually within that space where the crop is planted, the water will actually run off into the space that's the line, and it also allows the farmer to actually walk without disturbing the field throughout the field, right? Mixed crop cultivation is also a methodology used by farmers to ensure that the soil is always covered. So you have some crop that does best in certain at certain time of the year, while some crops don't do so well. So in order to have the field always being covered, the farmer is always rotating the type of crop that is actually planted on its field. So presently, a substantial amount of the crop that is planted is callaloo, right? And this callaloo is planted. It's an average of about a acre, acre and a half of land, right? and the vast amount of property is covered with color, and we're going to be looking at what else other than color look. In addition to planting this color seedlings in small mounds or rows, right? Also, what is practiced as a means of soil creation is what I call mulching, right? Mulching is the process by which during a hot summertime, hot warm period of the year, trash is actually used to cover young seedlings, that's young plants, uh, from the harshness of the sun. It also serves as a means of generating moisture for the young seedlings before they actually become large plants in which you would see right now, right? So the trash will be placed over the field, over the bare field, right? And as the sun hit the trash will sweat, and the sweat is moisture, and the moisture would actually be seeping into the soil, and the seedling would actually receive that moisture, and it will actually help the seedlings to germinate and become plants that are deemed as useful. So here now we have three means of soil conservation, so as to ensure that the soil remains fertile, nutritious, and it's kept there and it's used over and over and over. One, crop rotation. Two, planting crops in rows or mounds, something similar to terracing and contour plowing. Also, the whole idea of mulching, where trash is actually placed on the space, so as to ensure that the sun don't scorch the seedlings, and the sweat from the trash actually seeps into the soil, and the seedlings actually starts to germinate. There are other methods of soil conservation used, right? Another method of soil conservation used is the practice, right, of digging trenches around sections of the other than these trenches, right? Other trenches are around sections of the farm, so as to allow excess water to actually flow off the field, so you won't have the field being waterlogged, right? So this is an additional means by which this farmer actually use, so as to ensure that the field is um is good. Okay, so here I am actually sharing it to you the rules, and trust me, it just looks really unique and really neat. Just watching, should I say, just observing the arrangement of this field, as it actually brings out the creativity in which we as humans do have when it comes on to ensuring that we have a means of life sustenance via food, right? Okay, so soil conservation is important. Soil conservation is the process by which the soil actually maintains its fertility by whatever means, right? We have means by which soil is actually eroded. Soil is eroded by water, by wind, by snow, by other means, right? And we don't want, well, in Jamaica, in the Caribbean, we don't experience snow, but I'm just sharing with you all of that, right? So by wind, by water, by snow, right? Um Soil do get eroded. I don't want the soil, especially nutritious soil, to be carried away by water or by wind, and then now you would have infertile soil. So here now you see irrigation hose, irrigation system set up, and this is set up at the top of the mounds, at the top of the area in which the seedlings are planted. You notice in the trenches, they are well, these are he just did this. The farmer just did it. I spoke to him not too long ago. He just did this, where in which he actually cut plants that are like they are no longer useful, and he actually placed them into the rows, right? That also encouraged the soil to remain what do you call it, with moisture, right? So in addition to the irrigation hose setup that is there, right, a little mulching is done here. And as I shared with you before, this field is covered by several different types of crops, right? Over on this side, over on the other side, it was callaloo. Over on this side, the farmer actually planting some peppers and okras, right? And on the other side, he is planting some sorrel, right? So I am actually skipping out, look on his field and the mechanism he used so as to ensure that the soil fertility is maintained. And as I said before, this is about a 1 acre property, right, which spans all the way back to that section. I chose not to walk through the entire space, but I actually, this is the okra plant, right? And this is how it looks. These are older okra plants. He's gonna be actually cutting these down in a bit, right? He weaved them not so long ago, but you have plants. Some